Before I get to this SmackDown review, I just want to say, guys, that I'm going to be doing a Q&A soon in celebration of reaching 100 subscribers. So after you get done watching the SmackDown review, go into the comment section, drop your questions. I promise you that later next week, I will be dropping the Q&A video, but you guys have got to send me your questions. Anyways, let's move on from that. We're getting into this episode, this Friday, March 26th episode of SmackDown. I have to say, the SmackDown was actually pretty good, actually. Like, I really had no complaints with this show, per se. So we're going to, get started right at the bat. Daniel Bryan, he comes out. He's still talking about how, he deserves another opportunity at the title. He made Reigns tap out. We can look at the footage, yada, yada, yada. And with this segment, you have Adam Pearce come out. Adam Pearce is like, listen, Daniel Bryan, like, I will reconsider it. Like, I'll consider it or something like that. But then you have Edge come out. Edge comes out and he tells Bryan, like, you had your opportunity and you failed. Not once, but twice. I deserve this opportunity because, April 11th is going to mark 10 years since I last retired. So it makes sense for me to face Reigns instead of you. And we also had Bryan. Daniel Bryan was actually sitting, like, in the ring, like, with the chair, and says that he was not going to leave the ring. I don't know about you guys, but this really felt like, a few years back at WrestleMania 30 with Daniel Bryan and the Yes Movement hijacked Raw. You guys remember that segment with Triple H? And Triple H got out pissed off. It was like, you want a match at WrestleMania? You got it. You guys remember that segment? See, and here's the thing, guys. I think what they're trying to do, it's like they're trying to recreate the Daniel Bryan moment. Daniel said it, that this might be his last Mania, especially as a full-time performer. And, he wants another shot, but it's like, it makes sense to do Edge versus Roman, but at the same time, I could see why they would put Daniel Bryan in the mix, and I will get to that near the end of the SmackDown review. Okay, so we get the first match of the night, Seth Rollins versus Nakamura. This was a really great match. Seth dripping Rollins gets the win, though. Again, this is another great match, just like their match at the Fastlane pay-per-view this past Sunday night. We get, Cesaro coming out. He's hitting and beating up Rollins. He hits him with the uppercut, and he's trying to go for the Cesaro swing, but Rollins escapes. And then we see Adam Pearce talking with Roman Reigns, and basically Reigns getting in his face. Pearce saying that he'll have a decision on what's the main event for Mania Night 2 towards the end of the night. So speaking of Apollo Crews, we get a pretty good six-man tag team match with Big E and the Street Profits versus Apollo Crews and Alpha Academy. Guys, I am just digging Apollo Crews. And before I get to the match, actually, Cesaro did do his Cesaro swing after, backstage with Rollins, after Rollins did his interview with Kayla Braxton. So it's confirmed. We're going to get Cesaro versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and I have no problem with that. That's going to be a great match, and this could be the stepping stone that Cesaro needs to get in order to get that, match with, Reigns for the Universal Championship, if Reigns does walk out of Mania the Universal Champion. And also, this could be good for Cesaro. Now, moving on to the six-man tag team match. This six-man tag team match, in my opinion, was pretty good, actually. You guys know me. I am a fan of this new Apollo Crews character. I love what he does. I'm actually liking Alpha Academy, actually. I'm loving this new Otis character. Chad Gable. Like, it's got something. It's got potential. And Apollo has potential. With that being said, I really do hope Apollo takes the title off Big E at WrestleMania, because I think that will be just as good as Apollo. They've been doing a great job with building Apollo up. He doesn't come to the ring all smiling and laughing. He's serious. He was serious after the match. Apollo really made a statement, and I'm really excited for his match against Big E at WrestleMania. So after that, we get the seems like we get the Kevin Owens show with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and it's weird because Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, we all know everyone's been excited about his documentary, and he even said that his red carpet next week will have Logan Paul. Now, I don't know if Logan Paul and Sami, they've been going back at it. Like, Logan's like, yo, bro, like, I'll help you out and stuff like that. And it seems like they're going to have Logan Paul on the show. WWE confirmed it. I don't know if Logan Paul confirmed it, but it looks like we're going to be getting Logan Paul on WWE TV. Now, I'm not a fan of the Paul brothers. I hope Ben Askren knocks Jake Paul out, but probably not. I hope so, because I can't stand Jake Paul. But Logan, you know, obviously didn't like the Paul brothers at all. But Logan, you know, I know he's been in controversial stuff, but he's grown on me, and I'm not despising him like I used to. Jake Paul, I'm probably never gonna like Jake Paul. Sorry, Jake Paulers, but it's just the cold hard truth. Jake Paul, in my opinion, has ruined boxing. He gives boxing a bad name, but I don't want to go on a small rant here because this is about Logan Paul. And hey, man, you know, they had Bad Bunny on TV. They're gonna get Logan here. Like, hey, do what you need to do, man. Do what you need to do to pull the viewers in, bro. Anyway, so we're going to get a match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania. Okay, sorry. I mean, they've had great matches before. I mean, you know, they fought many times, and now they're going to do it on the biggest stage. So that's pretty good for them. We get Bianca Belaire versus Natalya. This was an okay match. This was just setting, you know, Bianca Belaire, getting her some wins. Guys, Sasha, you can't lie to me and say that Sasha isn't a heel. Like, Sasha was acting very heelish when she came out. She was heelish from commentary. Even when she attacked Bianca, you can't sit up here and say that, oh, Sasha is still a baby face. She's still the cute girl. No, Sasha is the heel. And to be honest, this should have... See, this is why they should have done this weeks after the Royal Rumble. Like, they should have started a build-up because they could have done a lot with this. Sasha Banks being the champ and Bianca being the rookie. But they're like, no, let's get Reginald involved. And I promise you, Sasha stands. If they would have had more build, then it could have been the main event of WrestleMania. But because there was no build, it's not going to be the main event of WrestleMania. Okay, so we get a pretty great match, actually, with Dolph Ziggler and Rey Mysterio. Man, that Rey Mysterio, man, like him and Dolph Ziggler with that Rey being in the air and then Dolph hitting his, you know, finisher, like that was pretty cool. I actually thought that Ziggler was going to get the win, but of course, Rey gets the win. I think it'll be pretty cool if Rey and Dominic win the titles at Mania. That would be pretty cool, low-key. And then we get the main segment of the night. Adam Pearce comes out. Roman comes out. Edge comes out. DB comes out. Daniel Bryan. And he announces it. The main event of WrestleMania for the Universal Championship will be a triple threat match. And I know a lot of people are going to be pissed off. Oh, Daniel Bryan doesn't deserve an opportunity. He lost. The story's over. Rightfully so. But if you think about it, this is also a great way to keep the title on Reigns, and you don't have to have Edge losing. Edge does not have to get the pin here. You can just have DB take the pin. He's obviously going to be probably leaving after Mania, so it's not, Daniel's not going to do nothing. So have DB take the pin. This is good for Roman to keep the title and Edge to do whatever Edge. And Edge, man, that was an awesome way to end SmackDown. Edge just beating the hell out of Roman and Daniel Bryan. I think Edge is a heel now, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to like Edge regardless. So, yeah, man, that was my SmackDown review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, drop your questions, guys, for the Q&A that I'm going to be doing. And this has been the Kid DC Wrestling. And so, yeah.